Okay, hey everybody. It is day number 20 of our journal challenge, and today we are going to be talking about community. And so, for the last 2 days, we kind of talked about vision. Yesterday, we talked about clarity and part two of vision, and we talked about vision as a whole on day 18. And so, we're going to kind of tie that together when we think about the people who are in our tribe. That's what I'm talking about when I say community. The people who you spend the most time with, the people who you love, and the people who also love you. So, hey, Jade. Um, and what I want you to do is just kind of check in with yourself and just kind of think about the value that you add and the value that other people add to your life when we think about community. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. But first, as you know, we always like to think about what are we doing to make sure that we are reaching our best self. If you've been following along with me for the last 2.5 weeks now, you know that I always ask you to make sure that you check in and think about the intentions and the goals that you have set, and to see if you are making choices, making decisions that are in alignment with who you aspire to be and the things that you have set out to do, the things that you have focused your intention on. And so that is definitely what we want to think about in reference to community as well. So as you know, just text journal 30 to 39492 if you want to get the questions to your inbox and access the past videos without scrolling through the page, or you can click on the link that's in the description box. So let's think more about community. So I said for you to check in and to see if you are making decisions that are in alignment with, your best self and who you aspire to be. But we also want to make sure that the people that we are spending the most time with are also in alignment with who we aspire to be. And as we grow and develop and change, there are going to be, some people in our lives that really might not be on the same path that we're on. Hey, Lori, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to cut people off, but you do need to assess who you are spending the most time with, because as we know, we have our family, we have our friends who really are, valuable and, mean a lot to us, and we've developed meaningful relationships. However, I want you to look at who you spend the most time with and who you are aspiring to be. It's very important. One thing you can also look at is, because I'm not saying that you should be identical in personality to everyone, or everyone should strive and be on the same journey. However, it should be a healthy and enriching relationship. So just kind of think for a moment about those people. And that's pretty much going to bring us to our first journal question anyway. And it basically says, think about the top 3 people you spend the most time with, and what value do they bring to your life. So just think about the saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's pretty much the way that goes, because you are actually the people that you spend, the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. However, I want you to think about the top 3 people that you spend the most time with, and think about, do you all have the same values? Are you all on the same growth plane? Are you bumping heads? Or is it a relationship that you feel like they're healthy, they're enriching, they're enhancing, it's challenging? Because you do want people who challenge you and push you, and who can tell you things that are in love in a way that's not offensive, a way that you can digest, but someone who gives you truth. Okay, so think about that. A lot of times the person who's going to agree with us the most might not really be the person you need to go to when it's time for advice, because if they are in fear of really telling you those hard truths, they're not going to push you into taking a look within. So think about that. Think about what your interests are, and are you able to find people to connect with who have the same interest and mindset as you do, the same level of curiosity about things that grow you? Do these people show up for you? And you also have to look at, when we think about enriching relationships and the value that relationships add to us, you have to think about it in different ways. It could be a person is a good listener, or they might be someone who can tell you those hard truths, or maybe they are knowledgeable and wise in a way with experiences that can make you look at things in a way that you didn't see before. Maybe they are connected in a way, or resourceful in a way, because that is valuable as well. Look at so many different aspects, and also know that we all bring different things to the table. Yes, Lori, you are my friend like that. We all bring different things to the table. And so just really take a hard look at the people that you spend the most time with. But I'm really specifically asking you for the top 3 people. Okay, and then I want you to look at, do I need to make an adjustment? Remember, we talked about adjustments here. Do I need to set up boundaries? Okay, or could I, when I think about my vision, remember we talked about vision. When I think about my vision and what I want to bring to the world, is there room for me to cultivate another relationship? Should I bring someone else into my tribe? Okay, so think about that. Another thing I want you to think about is what needs to be cultivated and nurtured within your tribe for there to be alignment with your vision. Okay, now if you did not see the videos from yesterday, or let me say the numbers, day 19 and day 18, go back and check those videos out, because we talked about vision. Okay, so you want to look at, okay, I'm thinking about my tribe, I'm thinking about my people. What needs to be cultivated and nurtured? We have to, now there are times when we do need to just make a clean cut of people. Okay, but right now I'm coming from a place of nurturing, because sometimes we just need to cultivate different things within our community and tribe. It's not always a cut someone off. I think that a lot of times we say that because we don't want to confront certain issues, but you don't always have to do that. It just might be a different way that you interact with someone, because sometimes you don't tap in. Maybe you are not being free, or maybe they're not being free. We talked about freedom on one of our days, about having permission to be yourself. So you have to look at your tribe and think, am I sending myself or my representative when I'm in connection with my people, or are they sending their representative? Remember, when we think about our tribe, we might have different tribes in different areas of our life. Okay, so just think about, you might have your spirit tribe, and you might have your tribe, your professional tribe, or you might have your family tribe, or your friends who are like family. So it's so many different layers to that. But for this specific activity, I want you to think about the top 3 people you spend the most time with. And guess what? It could be a person from each one of those. If you are very much into your career, you might have a person who's maybe not a super close friend, but because of what you do, you spend a lot of time with them. It could be someone in your family or your bestie that you spend a lot of time with to kind of unwind. Or maybe you're very active in your spiritual community, and so you spend a lot of time in that area. Whatever it is, one is going to show you where your priorities are. We talked about that. And so wherever you're spending the most time and resources is going to be where you are able to see exactly where you're. Again, when you think about the people you spend the most time with, that's going to give you some indication as well. Okay, so think about that. Now, when you think about it again, think about, this is my vision. This is what I want to bring to the world. This is the value that, or the value that I already bring. And think about it. You need to cultivate and nurture something else within your tribe. Also, I never want to leave you without taking a look within. You need to think about what needs to be cultivated in you. What needs to be cultivated in you in order to have a healthy tribe, or also in order to bring about the vision that you have for your life. Okay? The issue is we never want to not be accountable, because the people that we spend the most time with, they are a reflection of us, just as we are a reflection of them. So that is the reason why you have to look at what needs to be cultivated. Do I need to kind of go back to the drawing board? And if there is something going on that's unhealthy, you need to look at the boundaries that you need to set up, why you are allowing certain things, and why you are not confronting certain things. We talked about that one day, about how we kind of avoid things because we don't want to really tackle the issue at hand. So you need to look at that as well. And our affirmation. So our affirmation pretty much ties into the questions. Okay. I hope you all have a separate journal for this, because I know I asked you all to do that because it's going to be very beneficial for you to kind of look back, especially with the affirmations. And I hope you're saying your affirmations too, okay? Because those are affirmations are just a powerful way to really go within and to also help to manifest things in your life that maybe you don't even believe. It's just about the conversation that we have with ourselves and the way we talk to ourselves and encourage ourselves. So make sure, I think I told you on day 1 or 2 that even if you really don't believe it initially, to continue to say these affirmations. And if there has been an affirmation throughout this, it's almost 3 weeks now, throughout the 3 weeks that really resonates with you, then by all means, make it your affirmation for the day. I'm just trying to guide you through, but make it your own. You know what you need way more than I do. The words of the day and the questions of the day are just to kind of help you and guide you to go within. But if there is a concept that speaks to you more than the others, then make it your own and make that the area that you do the most work in. Okay? Because some of us might not be struggling with our tribe or community. We might have that area, just really, it's really good. It's really working. We have healthy relationships or whatever that might be. Okay. So today's affirmation is, I cultivate whole and enriching relationships in my tribe. I cultivate whole and enriching relationships. And I cultivate a whole and enriching relationship with myself. So this is about not just being a taker. When we think about this affirmation, this is about also being accountable. Okay, you don't want to just be a taker. You want to also be a person who can cultivate and nurture the relationships that are valuable and enriching, but you also want to make sure that you are looking at the type of relationship that you have with yourself. It really starts with you, because if you are able to remember we talked about awareness and acceptance. If you are able to check in with yourself and assess and have awareness around what triggers certain emotions in you and be able to have acceptance around that, then you are able to one, be more tolerable and understanding and patient with other people and show compassion. And from that place, you'll be able to cultivate and nurture healthy relationships, okay? So that is all I have for you today. You know, you can click the link if you want to, especially if you didn't watch the videos from yesterday and the day before about vision. Think about that. Click the link if you haven't done that, or text Journal 30 to 39492. And that is all I have for you this evening. I thank you, and I will see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.